For Best Music Coach, my name is Dan, and you are watching a guitar teacher's reaction live and in real time to Ace Attorney. Well, Phoenix, Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. This is the third game in a row of Ace Attorney we have done. This is so cool. So I've never heard this music before, not once, not ever, never, ever, ever, which means none of my reaction is rehearsed and all the comments and observations are off the top of my head in the moment. Please hit like, subscribe, that notification bell, and you can support the channel by becoming a member. Check out our #1 best-selling music books and get 50% off your first music lesson at bestmusiccoach.com. Links in the description below. Lastly, please comment with your thoughts on the soundtrack, my reaction, and what you would like to see next. I do read the comments. Make sure you hang out till the end of the video to see my final reaction and summary. Okay. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling with Turnabout. Hey chat, how's it going? Interesting that the last one started off with the Bach. Even though this one is also very contrapuntal. Oh. Oh, mysterious. So mysterious. Oh! Little timpani hit in there, love it. Contrapuntal. Okay, this next one is called Courtroom Lobby. All right. Love those, sound like a sextuplet run right there. Ah. Okay, so already we can hear some differences from the first two soundtracks in terms of how all the possible sounds that we could use for, I'm assuming again this is Game Boy Advance, doesn't quite sound like the Game Boy DS that we heard for those extra cases in the first one, but very interesting to hear the different textures and the different flavors that are being created using these limited number of sounds and limited number of instruments. Very, very cool. This next one is called Trial. This soundtrack so far also feels a little 80s, too. Interesting. Oh, listen to that little chordal instrument in the right ear. It's doing some beautiful things. Alright, listen, right ear. Ah! It grooves. Ah! Love it. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Who just said, man, that bass? Mark's Maniac. Yes, I agree with you. Mark's Maniac from the chat. That bass is pretty sick. I love it. Oh, and a super chat from Polly the Parrot. Hey, Polly, thank you so much for your support on this stream. You know, donate to the AA hype. Can't wait to see the rest of the stream. I love this OOT, and I'm sure you will too, Dan. Well, Polly, thank you so much for your support and for your kind words. Let's get this thing moving and grooving with questioning. Hey chat, can you confirm if someone different composed this than Justice for All? Yeah, someone different. Okay, you can hear it. The way everything's being approached is it's a different creative tack, a different vector of attack. I'm just saying things that rhyme with tack. Backpack. Okay, every game chose are different. Okay, so that makes sense because you can hear the difference here. It's a different mind altogether with how the compositions and especially the arrangements too are being approached. The mixing sounds a little different too. So, Identity in the chat. Hi, Identity. Identity says, it's amazing how each track gives a similar feel throughout each game, yet is clearly unique. I agree to a point that there's these classical elements that get brought through. I think also using the same drum sounds on a lot of the tracks helps tie everything together. But other than that, definitely distinctive, different qualities here, as I noted from, I believe, the second track saying, wow, this sounds different. Okay, this next one is called, I'm actually not sure what it's called, Phoenix Wright something. I'm sharing screens here, streaming from YouTube, so I can't actually see the full name of the song. Yeah, a lot more groove-centric on this. these chords remind me of house. That's what's interesting, is that there's this bridge between like this 80s vibe and this, 2000s futuristic, moving towards the future. I know it's the past, but back then, moving towards the future vibe. Very interesting. Quick shout out in the chat. I'm noticing a lot of French going on. Salut tous les Frenchies, ça va ou quoi? Thanks so much for tuning in. The rest is going to be in English, but here we go. This next one is called Questioning. Francophonie, pas forcément France. Exactement, Sébastien. That bass has given me Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics vibes. About the buzziness of it. Interesting key change here. Interesting. Man, a lot more groove on this album. This is how old I am, I call things albums. I also call things records, but that's from hanging out with little jazz cats. The fact that I call jazz people jazz cats. I'm gonna go down a linguistical rabbit hole here. Okay, so sometimes when I say the record, what I mean is the song. Sometimes when I say the album, what I mean is the OST. And sometimes when I say the track, what I mean is the song as well. Hey, Oily Spoily, thanks for the super chat. Now, Oily Spoily says, love your stuff. Been fascinating with VGM and learned lots because of you. One OST you should 100% listen to is Earthbound OST. It's one of the all-time greats. Yes, 100% Earthbound for sure. Look for that in 2022. Voting. I know right now these Ace Attorney soundtracks are dominating the polls, but what are you going to do? Democracy is democracy. Leaves going, Pressing Pursuit. Oh no, who just said kazoo? Here we go. Yeah, orchestra hits. Also known as the big shot hits. So what's happening right now reminds me of, I believe it was one of the Celeste games where we had lots of different melodies going on at the same time. Very busy. Okay, so something interesting that we're hearing in this soundtrack that was different from the previous two in further evidence of a separate composer, as is being confirmed by the chat already, is that we're hearing that either another key is tonicized for a certain duration of time, or there's actual key changes happening in the music. This is not something that we heard very much before. And it's very interesting to think about this being the third game in the series, and that whenever you're doing a series of anything, think about the Marvel movies, for example, like the scope starts off with Iron Man and then it ends up with Thanos on this very like intergalactic scale. It starts off with one man in a bunker building a machine. And so whenever you're looking at series, you're looking for scale. And I think what's interesting here is we can hear the scaling in the attempts at making it very dramatic with the changes in keys. Shout out to Yaman. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yaman says, there's one theme that I hope you recognize. It comes later. Well, okay, Yaman. I'll keep my ears open. This one is called Telling the Truth. That was a fun run, ending up with that little diminished thing there. That was really cool. And more. So these sleigh bells we're hearing now, we heard in the sort of country western song, country western Japanese song in the last OST, I recall that. Ow! Yeah, more sextuplet use here. Very cool. So when I say sextuplet, what that means is that typically when we're hearing here is a simple meter. So it means that every beat or every pulse is divided into 2, 4, 8, and 16 equal parts. And when you bring in triplets, would be groups of 3 notes, sextuplets, groups of 6, non-uplets, groups of 9, what it does is it takes from compound meter. Essentially, it's like borrowing from compound meter. And so instead of dividing the beat into groups of 2, 4, 8, and 16, you divide the beats into 3 and 6. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling with Pressing Pursuit. Okay, so I do recall this theme. Yes. Steph in the chat says you recall it because you heard it 5 minutes ago. Yes, you are correct. We did hear this 5 minutes ago. I also think we heard this in a past one. Past OST. Okay. Jetling, thank you so much for your super chat. Jetling says, glad you're enjoying this. I'm certainly enjoying your insight. Well, Jetling, thanks so much for your support, your super chat, and your positive comments. This next one is called Dahlia Hawthorne. Hey, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. So notice how there's no drums in this. Yet. Song's not over. No, the song's not looping, it's still playing. Interesting. Okay, this next one is called Godot, the something. Or we could just say Godot. Either way. Godot sounds better though. So here we have a difference in the feel. This is more of a swung thing. Now, sometimes with computers, it's hard to distinguish whether it's swung or if it's in 12/8. And the reason why it's hard to tell, because you can distinctly count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it lines perfectly up with the music. So that's why I was like, okay, is it 12/8 or is it swung? I think the intention here is for it to be swung or swing. Chat, I'm doing my best. Oh, that was an interesting secondary dominant there. Chat, I'm doing my best to unblock your coffee emojis, but YouTube thinks you're trying to spam me. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. It's moving so fast. Okay, there we go. All right, this next one is called Jingle, or Jingle. Cool. That was fun. This next one is called Investigation. Look out. Aw. So what's very interesting to hear here is either there's a little delay or there's two instances of a similar instrument just a little bit off from each other, giving that texture. That little note right there. Oh, look out! Oh, love that bass fill. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, that was fun. Love the groove. Overall in this OST, I'm loving the groove. This next one is called The Stolen Something. The Stolen Turnabout. so diminished and dramatic. Trill it. Well, that song sounds like how I act when I have not eaten lunch. Okay, this next one is called Lordy Tailor Department Store. So when you hear two notes alternating very fast back and forth like that, that is called a trill. 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 I feel like this is a cross between the Renaissance, Lord Farquaad's city in Shrek, and a Christmas carol, or Christmas advertisement. Okay, well, that very interesting excursion into whatever that was is now over. This next one is called Detention Center. Ruh-roh. Oh, I really like this. I love the sound. I love the little descending line there. Nice. Nice. Back to 5. Reminds me of Dream Theater. Six, down to 5. Flat 6 technically. For speaking scale degrees. Very interesting. That's actually been my favorite so far. I'm just, I don't know. I really like things like that. This next one is called Masque DeMasque. Please listen. Very interesting use of timpani here. Well, that was fun. Very interesting. A lot going on in the sides there. This next one is called Look at Me. I Just Want Love. It's supposed to be like a cello solo, and there's guitar. Yeah, look at me. Look at me. I think it's supposed to be a violin, but it's not actually. Yeah, so, okay, number one, let's see if I can pause it. Figuring things out. Okay, so, very interesting piece of music. It sounded like 3/4 to me, not 6/8, because you could hear a distinctive not a so definitely 3/4. Now, people seem to be floating out French flags there. Now, what's very interesting is that type of music is not just distinct to France. You can find it in a lot of different European and even going towards the sort of Slavic cultures. That Italian folk songs. It's very, very common for folk music. This next one is called Larry Butz. When something... Oh, come on, guys. I'm not reading that out loud. Let's go. Let's just listen to the next one. Mara the Undying says, read it. Okay. In addition, to the playing around with triplets here, and quarter note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this is eighth note triplets, excuse me. We can hear that in this composition, they're playing around with the difference between major and minor to try and get that bluesy feel. Because in the blues, nothing's ever really major, nothing's ever really minor. Like you hear B.B. King playing over The Thrill Is Gone, and he'll bend up to a legit D sharp, like no questions asked. And same thing, you listen to like Name the Blues Player playing over a major chord will play the minor third. And that's what we could hear going on in this track, playing around with the difference between major and minor. This next one is called Recipe for Turnabout. Whoa. Oh, please let there be more. Oh, that's it. Oh my gosh, I was really enjoying that one. That was so cool. Okay, this next one is Beauty Hermitage. Hermitage. So gently and happy. I feel like this is like what it sounds like when you carry groceries for someone's grandma to their car. This is what it sounds like. Trés Bien means very good. Oh, interesting. So ici, très bien, it means very good en français in the French language. All right, this next one is called Victor Kudo, a painful declaration and a war song. That sounds like it's going to be very interesting. Gosh, you know what song has that same? Oh no, it's that's major. Never mind. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I just messed up on the admin side. I apologize, did not mean to do that. Samu's scale, sorry, did not mean to hit that. I apologize. I'm doing my level best here to run a stream and admin at the same time. I apologize. Okay, this next one is called Swingin' Tigre. Maybe just because it's sped up, but this feels a lot more swing to me. Like, I would not get this confused with 12-8. Isn't that like guitar tapping style thing going on there? This next one is called Recollection. You have... Take two. You have regrets. So, even on this piece, even though it's not what you might call a banger, listen to the creative intelligence of the composer and how all the different elements are coming together, how the individual elements are evolving and becoming slightly more complex when they come back around. This next one is called Turnabout Beginnings. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so cool. The texture of that highest part started from the beginning. So cool. The weight almost doubled. Huh. Interesting. So this next one is called The Scenery Scene from Dusky Bridge. Listen to that delay in that little thing in the right ear. Oh, so cool. So listen for the difference in the instrument in your right ear. There's one with delay and then one that doesn't have delay. I'll point it out as we go through, if it comes back again. So delay now. Delay, you can hear that slight echo. Okay, so again, it's one of those things where the composer is bringing in elements just for a moment to create interest and to create a change in texture and to keep the interest going in the track. But the composer doesn't necessarily bring them back later on. It's not like a pop song where you'd want the same melody, the same chorus. Well, not the same melody, the same chorus repeated. All right, I'm gonna give this a try. Hazakura Temple. Yeah, definitely getting those Japanese vibes. Interesting that we have these sleigh bells here, because we also had the sleigh bells on that Western, so like country, traditional Japanese song on the last track. Chat, what was the name of that track? Okay. Oh, listen to that. Oh, that is so cool. All right, hang on. I got to pause this. Look. So listen to the flute part when it goes, boom, and you hear the slight descent in the pitch as it fades off. That is so, what do you call it? Emblematic of, and I'm not going to remember the name of the Japanese flute. Maybe it's the Sakuhachi that does that. I think it might be Sakuhachi is the name of the instrument. I love that pitch. Boom. It's like whales singing to each other. Okay, this next one is called Elise Donim, or if we're going to pronounce it, here we go, Dioxnim. I think we should say it Donim, though. Oh, cool. So now trying to bring in this possibly Indian classical that's supposed to be a sitar. Yeah, definitely supposed to be a sitar. Love it. CJ, do you mean that sort of, that buzzy stringed instrument that just played? That's, I think it's supposed to be a sitar. Ah. Man. I am so basic when it comes to those distant bass lines like that. I just love it. I know I'm so simple, but like I love it. Yeah, this next one is called Investigation Middle Stage. Groove incoming. Look out. Huh. I love that phrase. Man, I wish we could get some live drums on this. Oh, that was cool. Okay, this one is called Recollection. This one is called Recollection: The Bitter Taste of Truth. My tongue got away from me. I don't know what to tell you. So that's supposed to be a nylon string in the left. Love that. Was there that guitar? The guitar solos in there. Now we have that motif. We just heard it there, that 1 flat 7 flat 6 5, brought back from that other song we heard before. Again. Interesting. So interesting that we're hearing some elements brought back from previous songs now being hidden in other elements, in other parts of the later songs in the soundtrack. Shout out to Yeah Man. Thank you so much for your support on this stream. Thank you for your super chat. Yaman says, the theme song I hope you recognize, I believe, is coming up soon. Well, gosh, I hope I recognize it too. Let's keep it going. Pressing Pursuit, Cornered. Here it is. Now this I do recognize. Yeah. Now this is the one, yes, and it even has the, it's actually, I think it's literally a copy from the last time we heard this, because it has the same dissonant elements to it. Yeah, it has the same, some sort of like Phrygian flat 2 thing going on in the right ear, while everything else is doing that natural minor, that sort of mode mixture thing. Great call, yeah, man. So Jedi Willie says there's more synth in this version. Drums are different. Could be. Y'all could be right. I only heard the other one, I think, one time, and that was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, new drum for the DS, that snare. I will give you that. That snare does sound very different from the GBA snare that we heard before. That was kind of like a little... That snare actually sounds like something on that track. Great call, guys. Good ears. This next one is Victory. Endless Victory. We did it now. Ooh, whoa! Did anyone else hear that augmented? There was that little augmented chord in the left ear, over the 5 there. Oh, look out for little things like that. This piece is just filled with little nuggets. Well, that was a sus chord if ever I heard one. Watch this chat. Well, that was a lot of fun. I did very much enjoy that song. The next one is called End. Okay, we heard that one before. That was that song I was grooving to real hard. Now the bass is doing the... Oh, it's not going to 5. Alright, so it's just doing 1 flat 6 flat 7. This bass does sound good, I will say that. Very interesting. Okay, that's the first time we've heard something that's not like really quantized. Oh, very interesting. This is the first time we've heard this composer play with time. Yeah, this sounds like the dating theme from Undertale, which we heard in I think the past 2 soundtracks as well. Okay, this next one is Ringtone Godot, or Godot, or Godot, or Godot, or Godot. We'll figure it out in the end. Godot. We've heard that before. Interesting reverb being brought in now. Huh. Okay, it's not over though. All right, now I think it's over. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. All right, my final reaction and thoughts. Here we go. So this has actually been my favorite of all 3. I think if I had to rank order them, I would say number 3, Trials and Tribulations, then number 1, followed by number 2, Justice for All. I just really liked the composing for this, or I should say the composition for this entire soundtrack. It had this very, not necessarily intellectual, but this very sort of evolved standpoint where there was use of contrapuntal elements very effectively. And even at times when it felt almost like there was too much going on, the composer still navigated what was happening. Also really liked, I'm assuming this is using the DS sound font, not the GBA sound font, the improvements in the bass sounds and the snare sounds. Huge difference there. Loved hearing that. In addition, I really loved the groove that was given on a lot of these tracks. And to call back to some of the slower tracks, there was a lot of times where the composer was bringing in a small element for just a couple of notes, and then it was gone. And you only heard it for a couple of notes in an entire piece of music. And that shows a real level of attention and care and attention to detail that is really impressive and actually takes a lot of work if you're composing that way. Because it's very easy to, well, I should say it's more easy to just copy and paste, to just cut and paste from here to here and say, okay, we're just going to repeat this section. But to go in and try and make everything feel unique shows a lot of love and a lot of care for the game and the music. This is still GBA. Aggressively Mediocre says, this is crazy because the previous snares sounded nothing like that. I think as well here, hearing the sort of attempt at making a blues sound, more swing, very interesting soundtrack. And I actually really enjoyed this and loved watching with you guys. Please click like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can support this channel by becoming a member. You can also, in the description, get 50% off your first music lesson at bestmusiccoach.com. You can also check out our #1 best-selling music books. Please comment. Let me know what you thought about my reaction, what you thought about this soundtrack, and what you would like to see me react to next. I do read the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. If I can figure out how to end this stream, I will say goodbye. Have an awesome one. Have a phenomenal, phenomenal day, and I'll see you guys next time.